Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mark Levinsky again, CEO of InterSky Entrepreneurial, Susie Dolphin Foundation, and a bunch of other InterSky business entities. So today I'm going to kind of talk to you about Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant and how that's, directly impacting your life or your goals and ambitions in life. So there are four major quadrants in the cash flow quadrant, according to Robert Kiyosaki. There's the employee, the self-employed or sole proprietor, the business owner, and the investor. So just kind of go over each individual one of them real quick. The employee is someone that spends 100% of their time, whether that be 9 to 5, working for Walmart, whatever, working for another business. Somebody employs you to do a specific job at a specific wage or salary, to do, a specific task to earn a specific type of income. So basically, your time is levered by the business owner. It's not levered by you. It's levered by the business owner. So you're very fixated or fixed off of in terms of your income. You can't change it or open a new business or invest it, because you're pretty tied down to a specific type of work. And so that actually has an opportunity to do things like invest in the investor column or start a business in the business owner column. And we'll kind of get into that a little bit further on in this video, but I just kind of want to go over the idea of what an employee is. You work for somebody else for a specific wage. Typically, you work for a business owner. And so the next one is the sole proprietor or self-employed. This is someone that starts their own business or is technically like a contractor, is a 1099 employee. These are realtors, these are mortgage brokers, these are, you know, contractors, appraisers. Real estate industry is all I know. So typically people that work for miscellaneous 1099 income are typically sole proprietors. They make their own schedule. They have more flexibility. There's not a whole lot of leverage. And even someone that, let's say, flips burgers and owns a food truck and sells hamburgers on a food truck on a Friday night. That's even a sole proprietor. They work for them. They work for the money still. The time they put in equals more. It's more, typically more than working for a job, but it is still leveraging your time to produce income. Whereas a business owner actually leverages other people to do a specific job or task, like an employee or sole proprietor, to make them money. So someone that flips houses doesn't actually do a whole lot of work. For instance, if I purchased a home using a mortgage loan originator and a agent to find me the house, and I found other people's money and they had to go get all of the money. Only thing I did was set up a bank account. Took me 20 minutes, and then I found contractors, which again took me 20 minutes 10 years ago, um, or 6 years ago, and they fix up the place. They're doing all of the work. The mortgage loan originator is doing all the paperwork. The realtor is finding all the houses for me. The contractor is repairing the place, and then the realtor that I bought it from is also selling it. So he's doing all of the marketing. He's doing all the sell stuff. The only thing I'm doing is putting the deal together and putting all these people in their correct places. That's what a business owner really does. And some might even say that that's an investor. I personally don't think a flipping business is an investor. I think it's someone that knows how to leverage projects and project manage and truthfully oversee the overall scope of work that needs to be done and successfully put people in the right place of business. I think that's why they fall underneath the business owner. So you're leveraging other people's abilities or systems or other sole proprietors to make you money. At the end of the day, that's what a business owner does, is they leverage other people's time. Whereas an investor uses money to make money. So this is, you have $100,000 or $1 million, and you want to hard money loan your money out at 12% for a year, right? Every 6 months, you charge them $200 and you charge them 12% every year, and you want to purchase at least 5 homes with every year off of that $1 million, right? So you become a bank basically, or start investing in notes. That is when you use your money to make money. It's basically when you become a bank. A lot of investors that flip houses or buy rentals or even wholesale real estate deals eventually move into the investor column because they get too old and don't want to maintain their investments anymore and don't want to put it in a trust. So a lot of times they'll move their business into the investor column, and they'll start a business. They'll have a business owner, they'll manage the business of lending money, and then they'll just skim off like 2 or 3% out of the business before the business gets it, and then that's how they make their income off of the original amount of money they've accumulated over however long they've had it. I mean, some investors even don't even flip houses. They'll just be other people's money because they don't have the skill set to do that. When you're using your money to make more money, like dividend stocks, or um, even if you buy a rental property and you don't do any of the work, after you've fixed it up or you've set up the systems and you've hired the property manager and you're creating positive cash flow, even that's using money to make money. So that's basically purchasing or owning an investment with capital, making money. So those are the four major quadrants. And the reason I feel that that's not necessarily completely accurate or true to what it really is for a simple reason. Robert Kiyosaki views these as quadrants, where, to be truthfully honest, it's like a ladder. When you're a kid, you get out of high school, you get a or you get a high school degree, or you get a college degree. Most of the time, most people don't actually go straight into the business ownership or the investor column or the sole proprietorship. They get a job, and then within their job, they start investing into the stock market with 401ks or IRAs, or maybe they purchase their own index fund on an app like Robinhood or Webull, and they start investing. So they hit kind of the employee column and the investor column. And then they'll do that for, let's say they're an accountant, and they're an accountant for 5 or 6 years, and then they start their own business. Well, a lot of people actually stop after they start their own business and they become self-employed because they're just a CPA that handles 150 clients. And they make enough money off of that to retire, or do that until they retire, and then they sell the business. What differs them from most businesses or large corporations is the fact that when you become self-employed, you start hiring employees to do specific tasks, and then eventually you hire the manager to manage the business, and as all you do is receive 10% and 51% ownership. You receive 51% ownership, so you maintain it, convert it to a corporation, whether that be sole proprietor or S corporation or C corporation, and then you continue to skim off the profits. And then you move into investments by creating passive income in ways that you know best how to do. So to be truthfully honest, that's how I feel it's a ladder, because usually most people start in the employee category, then they become self-employed based off of a trade skill that they understand well or have done for the past 10 to 15 years or even 5. And then they become a business owner because their business grows, and then they become an investor because they no longer work in their business. They just invested money. So that's why I think it's a ladder, because most people, again, they start here, they move here, and then they end here. If you're that type of person that does that, great. But like I said, it's like a ladder. So assuming that it's a secured ladder, right? You're starting here. You're going to use a lot of the money you make here to do things here. So you're going to start investing your money here into things like this, or you're going to save it and you're going to start using that to do things like purchase real estate, or purchase franchises, or purchase stocks, or dividend paying ETFs, or whatever you want to invest your money in. I personally prefer real estate, so I would recommend anybody do real estate. It's probably one of the most consistently producing cash flowing assets that you can physically touch. in the entire world. But that's just my personal opinion, my preference. People do successful purchasing or starting businesses and then hiring the correct staff or management team to take it over. But that's just how I feel. So a lot of people get stuck here. And the reason they get stuck in the self employed sole proprietor area is because they get stuck on this concept of if it's not done by me, it's not going to be done correctly. And you honestly have to let that mentality go. If you want to move from a self employed person or a sole proprietor into a business owner, you have to learn to successfully onboard new members into your business and let a lot of the duties and obligations go. And if you lose some of your clients, oh well, you lose some of your clients. Let's say that you're a CPA and you specifically handle tax returns for real estate investors, and you hire a new business manager to oversee all of your clients, and the only thing you do is go on vacations. Well, obviously that person isn't you, and there are clients that you will have on your book of business that are going to leave. So because of the fact that it's not you, so you have to be able to onboard that new person correctly and transition your clients into dealing with that new person that you've hired to take over your business. There's a good book. It's called The Golden Handoff. It specifically talks about how a real estate agent can purchase their broker's business. And in terms, what I'm saying is your broker may build a client base that statistically people buy houses every 7 years. So if a broker has a client base of 4,000 people and they're consistently turning houses off of their own book of business, the golden handoff kind of goes over how that person owns 4,000, or doesn't really own, but has 4,000 clients that's consistently turning their own book of business over to somebody else that wants to purchase it from them and consistent and continue to receive passive income after that point. The Golden Handoff is a great book on that concept. Recommend reading it if you're getting in that age where you want to retire and you want a new young entrepreneur to kind of take over your business, or even you're a CPA or whatever. That's a great way to move from self-employed to business owner, or from self-employed to investor. Obviously, you can kind of transition from quadrant to quadrant, which is, I think, why Robert Kiyosaki puts it that way. But like I said, it's more of a ladder. Your ability to secure that ladder to a wall and then do things like strengthen your legs so you can jump straight into the self-employed, like, and what I mean by that, metaphorically speaking, is you go to college, you get a degree, you train yourself on how to do sales, you talk to people about your level of understanding of for specifics to CPA, your level of handling taxes. You start building your book of business while you're in college, and then as soon as you graduate college and you get your certificate and you take the test to become a CPA in your respective state, and then you start handling clients. Well, that immediately skips the employee category and goes straight into the self-employed, because you've built that book of business and you already have that money or revenue coming in, or expected revenue. Most realtors do that. They skip the employee status and they go straight into self-employed or sole proprietor. So I mean, that's just one way you can kind of do it, and I see why he does that. But it's still a ladder. You're securing the ladder a lot more effectively, and maybe you're training yourself to rope climb before you to get to a specific stat. Like, that's just how it is. So like, that being said, that's kind of the cash flow quadrant. I just kind of wanted to make a video about this. If you're trying to move from one quadrant to another and you are a bit lost on what to do, comment below. I don't have a problem sitting down with you and giving you a free consultation on, maybe you're looking to purchase real estate and you need a realtor. I'm an Arizona real estate license E, so I can help you find houses to flip. Maybe your credit's bad. You want to go from being an employee to starting a business, but you need startup capital. I don't have a problem consulting you on credit. It's not that big of a deal to me. So go ahead and comment below if you're interested. See you guys later. Bye.